Welcome back. We're the grounded nomads, a couple attempting to build an off-grid lifestyle on the beautiful island of Bohol here in the Philippines. This week we fixed some flooding issues, we planted some raised garden beds, we harvested some vegetables, went to the market to buy some other stuff so we can make some fresh Kanilaw. On the way back, we had to move a cow off the road. April baked some bread for our neighbours. It was an action-packed week. Sounds a little bit boring, but it's really interesting. Stick around and see what rural life in the Philippines is all about. Well, it's now Tuesday. It's 3 days after we planted our bush sito, and we still haven't received the seeds that I ordered online. So me being a little bit impatient, hunted around Bohol to find some seeds that we could find locally, and you can't find them in hardware stores, which is in Australia you'd have hardware stores with seedlings and vegetable plants and everything you can imagine, but here, no, you find them in the supermarket. So we bought a range of different seeds, and this morning, before it gets too hot, we're going to plant the other raised garden beds, and the boys over the last couple of days have started building the raised garden beds on the other side, another 4, and I think that'll be adequate for us to sustain what we need to eat at home. Let's go garden.
Let's go.
But coffee first.
First things first.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that we only planted these literally 3 days ago, and they're already, what, 3-4 centimetres high. The soil must be really good quality, and I think with the heat here and the constant rain and then drying out and rain, and there is nutrients, I believe, in the rain. Let me know in the comments below, but it's amazing. Look at them. They're, yeah, they say 45 days to harvest, and I think they're probably right. So plenty of bush sito in the middle row. As April said the other day, we can transfer it into other garden beds if it becomes too crowded. Again, we are just figuring out shit as we go, so we'll see how it goes. Trial and error, that's how you learn. Now, from watching some YouTube channels, thank God for YouTube, we found that lettuce doesn't require full sun, so we thought we'd plant some under the canopy of the eggplants in this little area here. Now, we've got 2 different types. One is Yates, which is an Australian brand, I believe, iceberg lettuce, and a Filipino one, which is more of a leafy leaf type, greenspan. So we're just going to pop them in 30 centimetres apart, 3 centimetres down, and let's see what happens. I'm just going to make just tiny little holes. I'm just going to grab one seed, just cover it over like that. Easy. This long bed here sits under a couple of branches of a tree which we were going to cut down to give us more sun, but we decided we're going to put some lettuce in here. So lettuce is going to be on the outside, 30 centimetres apart, and I'm just going to get a trowel and go down the centre, and I'm going to sprinkle some of this radish, which is great for salads, and we're just going to sprinkle the seed, cover it up, and I can see that the cheeky dog has been stepping in my bloody garden bed already. This bed gets quite a lot of sun, so we thought we'd put in a couple of things which we can't find very often at the markets, and when we do, they're quite expensive. So we're going to put celery in the front, and the great thing with all these seeds that we got from the supermarket is there is 0 instructions, so we've had to Google everything, but celery in the front, and in the back we're going to do some sweet peppers. This little garden bed, I'm just going to do some cauliflower. Again, very expensive at the supermarket. And April's already put a little squash, which she got a seed from one of our squash the other day and dried it out. Managed to grow it up the side, and she's transplanted it into here, but I think once that grows, we'll transplant it to the other side where we're going to have our crawling vegetables. And the final bed on this side, we are going to do a cherry tomato, which is running along this side, and some cabbage. Something which I eat a lot of, and I have never had much success with growing it in New Zealand or Australia, but we'll give it a go. And I'm on the opposite side here, next to the bahay kubo and our little tilapia pond, which needs to be drained and lined before we can actually put tilapia in there. But we have the 4 extra garden beds which have been constructed by the workers over the last couple of days. They need to be rendered. I know a lot of people have said to me, why don't you put weed mat down so the weeds don't come up? The thing is, we've been to about 4 different hardware stores and we cannot find weed mat, which is kind of a mat that stops the weeds from coming up but can still drain. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking today before we start putting the soil in these ones. Learned a bit of a lesson. We need to write down what we put where, because this is a tree. We don't know what kind of tree, but I'm guessing it's either a rambutan or a mangosteen. Around the outside we have, this is a native oregano, which I'd never seen before, but it smells like oregano, and I believe you can use it in cooking just the same. I'll try it out, and if I get dysentery, I'll let you know. And then we have lemongrass, which we use in our cooking quite often. around here, which also apparently acts as a mosquito repellent. If you watched last episode, you probably already know this, but we have okra in this garden bed. I bought them as already mature plants, and we've already taken probably about 12 okra off there. Down here is some kangkong or watercress. So April bought some kangkong, we ate it, we cut it off, and I was going to throw it away, but she said no, stick it in the ground, and I can't believe within about a week and a half we've got almost harvestable kangkong. So I don't think we'd be planting any more seeds, we'll just buy it, cut it off, stick it in the ground. Same with the spring onions. And here we have eggplant. No, that's more okra. And tomatoes. So these literally were flowers just a few days ago, and we already have so many tomatoes on here. It's very exciting. On this side we have the eggplants, and again I bought them as mature plants, and we've already taken probably about 5 or 6 eggplants off there, and we already have 3 that are ready to pick and another one coming on there. And over here we have 3 different varieties of chili. We have a purple chili, which I've yet to try, but I'm guessing it'll probably burn my ass. And little bird's eye chili, which is the little red ones, and the more traditional style ones, which we need to harvest today because they are ready to go. But I love these green chilies. I never had them back in New Zealand or Australia, but they give such a nice gentle heat to any cooking, and I love it especially in Kanilaw, which is like a raw fish ceviche. Let's go check out the other side, Citrus Alley. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I am already sweating like a little piggy. So let's make this quick. This side of the property we are going to have crawling vegetables, as I said, like squash. We're going to have some arches for cucumber and alabati. And around the outside we have some small citrus trees. Behind me you can see the drainage, which has been improved. You might have seen last week where we kind of got flooded. I'll give you a bit of an update on what the boys have been doing. If you watched last week's episode, you probably remember that we got flooded a little bit and the water almost reached our fresh water supply, which is in the cistern. So the boys have sealed the cistern, they've put some plastic over the top, and they're going to put some more stones. The other thing they've done is they've increased the size of the wall, which goes around our trenches, and put another additional wall along this side of the property, which, if you remember, we had little waterfalls coming in from the neighbours' property. Hopefully that will divert the water going around the outside and into someone else's property. Won't find out until we get some more rain, but I'm quietly optimistic. From last week's heavy rain, we have discovered that this area needs to be raised, and it probably should have been done a long time ago, but the boys are going to put in a stone pretty much up to the size of the, pretty much up to the height of those walls, and we're going to raise the gate. Luckily the pillars for the gate are high enough that we can raise them up by about a foot and put some more stone underneath to give us a much better, more solid access to the house. Just for perspective, I'll give you a wide pan of what the property looks like so you know where everything is. So our first lot of raised garden beds over here. The new ones which are being developed over there with the bahai kubo and the tilapia pond or drainage system in the corner there. A driveway which goes underwater, and the other side which is what I'm calling Citrus Alley and crawling vegetables, with the trench that goes still around the outside of the property. A landscaping that we did at the front of the house. The cistern is just over here, and around the corner is the guest house. And here's April, hiding with the seeds. So yes, guest house over here, and the guest house, we'll show you that later on. It is now fully complete, just needs a clean and the curtains to be put up. And through here we have, well, a big old bunch of bananas. But through here is the utility room. Holy crap, that gave me a fright. That noisy bastard in the corner there, that's the water pump which pumps the fresh water from the cistern to the house. That's the pool pump and filter over there, and a spin bike that's never used. In the corner there's my pride and joy. This is a solar system. There's 2 10.24 kilowatt batteries on the right hand side. Got a 6 kilowatt inverter, and let's have a look. It's now just before 8 o'clock in the morning. It was pretty rainy yesterday, pretty overcast, and already the batteries, we have 59%. That was running the aircon, refrigerators, everything in the house overnight, and I reckon that the battery will probably be charged up, or the 2 batteries will be charged up by 10:30, 11 o'clock. Got a little bit of sun. At the moment there's only 1.4 kilowatts going into between the house and the battery, so we've got 0.48 of a kilowatt over here that the house is using at the moment, and the rest is being fed into the battery. So we've got 0.8 of a kilowatt into the battery. It's an amazing system. We haven't touched the town power yet, so definitely a wise investment. Cost us 415,000 pesos for the whole setup, and loving it. So it's 10:30 now, and we're at 84%, and that's with the pool pump running, the house pump, water heaters, everything. I can smell something baking in the kitchen. Let's go check it out. What do you got cooking there, love?
Pan de coco or coconut bread.
Oh my God, it smells good. Yeah, I'd love one. It smells great. You got a lot there. It's going to last us forever.
For the boys and for Nanay Lydia.
Should we go and give the boys some init pan de coco?
Yep, got it right.
Off to Nanay Lydia's place, who lives right next door, and she runs a sari store. She's 75 years old, but very fun, should I say. Ayo! Hi, Nay. Init pan de coco. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hi Norma.
Hi.
You bought you pan de coco as well, because we thought you might be here. April just cooked it. This is Norma, but not normal.
Very nice.
April just cooked them, yeah, fresh.
She made another joke. Oh my God.
What's this one? Translate.
She said, if I can make bread, why can we not make babies?
Oh, that's because I drink too much tandawai.
Bumili tanduay.
No beer.
No beer.
No beer. I know, it's a national crisis. We couldn't find it before. Enjoy. What's the verdict? No?
Lami ba daw na?
Lami?
Labaw pa kalami.
Oh, wait.
Pan de coco na.
Yes.
Lami. Enjoy. They're cheeky, those two, eh? We know how to make good food, but we don't know how to make babies. Well, I'm starting to regret encouraging the rain to test our modified drainage system. It is pissing down, and feeling a bit silly that I watered the garden this evening. Well, we got a metric shit ton of rain last night. In fact, it was 21 mil, which is 2 mil more than what we had last week when we were actually underwater where I'm standing here. So I think Raymond's little diversion of water has slowed down the water coming from the Neighbours property, which is great. But as you can see, it's probably not too far away from overflowing if we get more rain today. Worried about the garden. Let's go and have a look and see if anything's been damaged. On Monday we planted the other 4 raised beds, and already in just 3 days you can see tiny little seedlings. And I know some people said we should use seed trays and germinate them, but I think the climate here and the soil is so good, and the fact that we're very impatient, just chucking them into the soil, so far it's working. Just as long as those cheeky chickens don't eat our seedlings. And yesterday the boys actually finished doing the other 4 raised beds, and I'm still going to hunt for some weed mat because I'd like to put some down, but these 4, I'm not too sure what's going to go in yet. Got my little Red Riding Hood basket here, and we're going to harvest some green chilies, which I think we'll go to the market this morning and grab some fresh fish and make Kanilaw, which is a ceviche, one of my favourites. But yeah, we try to pick them when they're green because it's got a nice mild heat. Might have to give some of these to Nanay Lydia next door. Each eggplant plant is giving us just 1 at a time, but that's okay. We're thinking about planting some more because I do eat a lot of eggplant for my favourite breakfast, totang talong. Hey love, look, it's a she liner.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think they transport? Whisper?
Modest.
One ingredient you need is fresh coconut milk or cream, and we do it fresh here. It's our regular fish supplier, except they don't have any tanigi. One kilo of fresh tuna, 400 pesos. Gonna make some tuna tartare. On the hunt for tanigi or Spanish mackerel for ceviche or Kanilaw. 2 slices of tanigi, which is a bit small, but it's the only one we can find. And we get some eggs while we're here, which are around about 10 pesos each. All this produce just looks so good, so fresh, and really reasonably priced. Beautifully presented as well. Some puso na saging, which is banana huts. It makes a beautiful dish with shrimp and pork and coconut milk. In the moment of truth, we're going to our beer supplier to see if they have any San Pilsen. Fingers crossed. No beer? No beer?
Crisis.
Oh, national crisis. What are we going to do? The she liner. Its sister company is the panty liner. Okay, so we're coming home from the market and there is a cow and a calf in the middle of the road, but I don't know if you can see there's actually a rope there, so we cannot, if you run it over, love, you're gonna...
I know, I'm not running.
So what do you do when there is a cow and a calf? And April's to the rescue.
I'm moving the cow.
Well, this should be interesting. It's not something you see every day. But if we run over that rope, it's gonna tug on the cow. What's she doing? Why don't you just move? Like that one? Yeah, pretty reluctant. The calf's like, give me more milk. Crisis averted. Just another day in Karelia. Well done, love. So instead of buying coconut milk or coconut cream from the shop, we buy it fresh, 40 pesos for 1 coconut. And then April uses her strong little hands and basically squeezes out all the juice. If you have a lot, you can put it between a cloth and then wring the ends together to get all the juice out, but it tastes so much better than
No better than the...
store-bought stuff.
Yes, it's better when it's fresh.
I must admit, the first time I thought about eating raw fish, I wasn't too enthused, but then when I tried it, I just love it. This is Kanilaw tanigi, which is very, very simple. The coconut milk that April just squeezed with her hands is around about probably 1/3 of a cup. But first of all, we need to cure the fish. So we're going to use 5 calamansi or limoncito. Of course, you can use lemon if you are unable to get those. And we're just going to let that cure. We're going to give it a bit of a mix and let it cure for around about 10 minutes. And then we'll add basically all the other ingredients, stir it around, let it refrigerate. It's that simple. The fish has been curing for around about 10 minutes and we're just basically going to add all the other ingredients. So we've got 1 medium red onion. You want to cut all your vegetables around about the same size as your fish. So we've got 2 medium tomatoes, and the fish that we have here is about 400 grams. It's tanigi, which is kind of like it is a Spanish mackerel in other countries. 1 medium to small cucumber, And this is a reborn spring onion, which we got from the garden. April regrew it, and one green and one red chili. Depends on how hot you want it, I guess. But then the last thing we're going to put in here is some ginger. So you can use fresh ginger, or you can use it from the freezer, so it's easier to grate. Some people cut it. We find it just get more flavour if you grate it. Once you've added everything together, we're going to give it a little bit of a mix. Mind your fingers. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for around about 10 minutes or until it's chilled. Of course, don't forget your salt as well. Salt and also a little bit of pepper. You might be able to hear that there's a guy coming up the road at the moment selling fish, shouting out on a loudspeaker, Tanigi, oh no, not Tanigi, I wish it was Tanigi, it's tilapia, 300. Once that's all put together, give it a bit of a mix, and this is going to be delicious. So fresh, using local ingredients and some stuff from the garden. Hopefully soon more from the garden, but yeah, enjoy. What am I forgetting, love?
The coconut milk.
I haven't even put the coconut milk in. What a dumbass. Real professional here. I thought it looked a bit dry. Don't forget your coconut milk. Now it's even more deliciousness. Have a gander at that. Beautiful colours. Nice. Just going to serve it with some fresh rice and good to go. Yep, it's a very professional production here. Stay tuned. And look who turned up. Raymond, architect builder.
Hello, Uncle.
Oh, geez, you're a dick. And,
nice food, Uncle.
Yeah, I know. And we just made this for you. No, it was actually for us, but yeah, anyone's welcome to eat in our place. So Kanilaw, go on, give it a try.
Try.
If you don't like it, you can bugger off.
No, actually, Kanilaw is one of my favorite food.
Same. I used to think it was disgusting, like raw fish. But no.
It's very delicious.
Very delicious. The verdict. Better try it too. We put quite a bit of chili in there, so I don't know if it's very, very good. We got some yesterday's chicken. It's been paksiu.
Chicken paksiu.
Paksiu, no, paksiu. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thanks for following along, and thank you to everyone who answered our poll about what you'd like to see in future videos. The majority, I think 68%, said that you'd like to know how we run successful Airbnbs here in the Philippines. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can watch next week's video where I'll answer everything you need to know about how to run an Airbnb, how to pick the right property, how to increase your occupancy rates, and how to, of course, increase your profit. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with what's happening here at Kanilaw Homestead. We're the Grounded Nomads. Until next time, take care.